Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on behalf of your Denver-based podcast crew, we appreciate you joining us for the Friendly Vibes.
Coming to you live from TSS Hilltop, all the way on the tippity top, I am joined by an illustrious guest that I've been excited to have on for some time. A legend of comedy in the Denver scene, a legend of attending music all over the country. Mike Stanley is here.
Hey, John, how are you?
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
We're popping Seltzers today, folks.
Yeah, Seltzers. That's my jam. That's what I dig. I've never had this one before. What is it? What do we got here?
You never spin drifted?
Never spin drifted before, bud. This is going to be a new one for me. So yeah, let's get wild.
My dad turned me on to those. They were like branded to the boomers or whatever.
Oh, how so?
The clean, like no artificial additive.
Pretty much gotcha. Just, okay,
fruit
all right.
Juice and nothing else.
Mm.
But yeah, dude, where do you want to start? Do you grow up in Detroit? Is that correct?
I did, yeah. I grew up in Detroit.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I do. I have one older sister. Yeah, small family. Just me, her, my mom, and dad. My dad was a firefighter. My mom was a dance teacher. She had her own dance studio. So,
whoa,
a lot of funny people in my house. Yeah,
and that's where the influence grew for you. Yeah,
I think so. I mean, my dad's one of the quickest people I've ever met. Just from being a firefighter and being around dudes all the time, he was just fast, and pretty crass. My mom, very creative person as well. I mean, obviously with the dance studio and being a dance teacher for so long, so we kind of had this really cool mix of just comedy was always in the house. My mom loved stand-up. I was never censored from stand-up at a very early age, so I was watching Eddie Murphy Raw when I was a child. I probably shouldn't have been, but
that's so cool.
But she loved stand-up, and she knew that I loved stand-up, and it was just always inherent in our house. It was just always there, and then everybody's very funny in my family. So yeah.
So you were a jokester from a young age.
Yeah, I think so.
That's how you engage with the world too, learning about things, socializing.
Yeah, I think that's it was just very inherent in my upbringing that we were going to be funny people.
I love that. Yes.
And my sister's hilarious as well. I mean, she's been married 4 times. She's got 3 kids from 2 different dads, and now she's got 2 stepkids, and her life is chaotic and hilarious, and she makes no bones about it. She knows who she is, and she's a very funny person.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So Midwestern family, are they from that same area of Detroit as well? Or?
Yeah.
Where'd your parents meet? Going back to even further.
I know. Saying that, it's funny. It's he was a firefighter. She was a dance teacher. It sounds like they met in a parade or something. But
that would be the place that those 2 people would meet. Yeah.
No, they were high school sweethearts.
I love that.
Yeah, high school sweethearts. They have her. My mom worked at a donut shop with her best friend, and my dad was this sort of grease monkey guy. Who was always wrenching on cars and hot rods and stuff. And him and his best friend went into the donut shop, and then, it was him and his brother, I think. Yeah, him and his brother went into the donut shop. My mom and her best friend were there, and then my mom and dad got married, and then my uncle and that woman got married. So they were
whoa.
Yeah. And they went to the same high school, but I don't know that they necessarily hung out very much. So I think that was kind of we met here, and let's start the relationship from there. So
whoa, that's Hallmark American movie type of love.
Totally, yeah. And they're still together, and they're very funny.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, that's my grandpa met or I guess at some point of his courting of my grandmother, would walk to the ice cream shop she worked at 3 miles away and flirt with her. And
that doesn't happen anymore, I don't feel like.
It's quintessential Americana.
Yeah, totally.
Even my generation, I think, was one of the last where we took our high school date spot was an ice cream place.
Right. Or a Taco Bell or something like that.
Less and less prominent. Maybe I'm over exaggerating that in my head. Maybe there are still people all across this country going on ice cream dates.
I'm sure there are, but it just seems it's more unlikely today than it was back then. You know?
But are they lasting, 60 years like your parents were?
Right. And that's the thing. I think there's so many options out there for everyone where everyone's so glued to their phones where they're like, can I move on to the next thing? Should I move on to the next thing? Because you have this, essentially a deck of cards in your hand of potential suitors or people that you're interested in at all times. So I think that the chemistry is just different now for that type of, to build that type of relationship. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I do not think it's as healthy as it was back then.
No, definitely not.
Even as we can also pick apart times like that for maybe mistreatment of women or some societal issues, but now people are just, I think, brain caving themselves to no end, and thinking that they have an unlimited Rolodex, like you said, of people they can pick from and take advantage of.
Yeah, I mean, it's just to have just all these options in front of you and the grass is always greener type mentality, where we're always just kind of searching for the next thing. I mean, even just in our playful, just flinging through the phone with TikTok and everything, you're like, okay, what's next? Everything's just like, what's next? Nothing's really anchored in that type of reality anymore. I don't think, we've kind of just conditioned ourselves to be this okay, let's move on to the next thing,
Yes. And with species. The news, we turn over these horrific news stories like they're pancakes.
Yeah. I mean, every crazy thing you see, you don't even have time to process it because we're on to the next thing already, It's really wild how desensitized we are to even the most horrific of human conditions, So
we don't even make cool art about it anymore. At least there was bad stuff back then and they made cool art about it.
Right. Yeah.
Horrific stuff happened and then they made an awesome song about the horrific thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now they don't do shit for that.
You're right. And I mean, I don't know. I think that's a weird thing too. It's I think that maybe I think those artists are out there and I feel like I see stuff because I follow a lot of drawing tutorials and art and painting tutorials because that's stuff that I'm interested in. And I mean, those artists are out there that are doing I hate to use Banksy as an example, but that type of anti-authoritative artwork I think is out there, but it's you really have to seek it out because it's so suppressed right now,
Oh, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's no platforming of that kind of art.
Yeah, and I mean, you can find it on TikTok if you're really looking for it, if you're really searching for it, but they're not just going to give that to you. You know what I mean? And especially now that TikTok's going to be sold or bought or whatever's happening.
My understanding is that the fast hands acquisition, as I like to say, has happened between President Trump, the owners of TikTok, the Chinese government by extension, and Larry Ellison, which has been the acquirer of it.
Who's Larry Ellison again?
He's the Google exec, former Google guy that has billions of dollars.
Okay, yeah, and I mean,
and is a very, very outspoken Zionist.
Sure. So I mean, you can obviously see,
and so because of that,
it's a bullet train of editing that type of artwork that's anti-authoritative. So there's no way they're just cutting off.
Yeah,
they're pinching off every artery for anyone who is considered a dissenter of any kind. So.
Dude. Yeah. And as probably for better or for worse, a free speech, radicalist, it's really not good.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a good wave to be having to ride for some, and for our leaders to really feel in my generation, at least for the last 12 years that I've been cognitively aware of politics, whatever, we've slipped off of feeling we're actually being represented at all.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Right?
Who's championing the American people right now?
And how are we supposed to go to work every day when we don't have at least somebody, before, if they champion us and we don't get the stuff, fine. But if nobody's championing us and we're still getting nothing,
and all the guardrails to keep you safe are now removed. So it's, they're just taking everything out at the knees, and it's well, this is going to be the new America, and it's fucking crazy. You know?
And I'm wanting to have children or whatever. And it's how the fuck does that even, how do you raise a kid in this new landscape of social scrolling, like you said?
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I guess you just try to keep the faith that the younger generation, will be cognitively aware of these changes, or at least have access to the history of what actually took place right now, you know?
I like that. I think, I mean, what a tough bet to have a person born now who makes it through all the slop and is like a big truster of, you know, big time money in government and corporatism. Like, you know, you're not going to have hook, line, and sinker like Rick Perry people. I'm trying to pull out an example in my head for like, you know, guys that just go to bat for the big guys.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be as easy to happen with people being cognitively aware of all the evils that they're being robbed,
right,
and what they're being robbed of.
Yeah, and I mean, think about how you know, few years it would take to just kind of erase all of those things from it ever even being something that people were aware of. You know what I mean? Like, if you have kids right now, they wouldn't even be socially conscious of like, you know, the way things were even 5-6 years ago. You know what I mean? Because by the time they're even interested in politics, the landscape of that will have changed so drastically that would just be the new norm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like they're adapting it quicker. Like the norms are adapting quicker than we can even like adapt to as like the democracy or.
Yeah.
Golly.
It's insane. It's horrible to think about.
Sorry. I really don't. I always accidentally start. Yeah. It always goes down this way, man. It's intolerable, man.
Yeah. It's all right, man. But it's interesting. It's just like, it's not even interesting. It's horrifying.
Well, they write about this and all the dystopian, like, it's
everything.
very Huxley. Like,
we've read this book. You know what I mean? We've read 1984. We're familiar with Orwell. We're familiar with, you know, every single trope imaginable that could have led to this point and beyond.
The animal farm behavior that we witnessed through the last 5 years.
Yeah, 1,000%. And it's like all those stories were there. They were written for this very moment to keep you aware that these things can happen the second you take your eye off the ball. And then, and now we're here and it's fucked.
My big worry is like reading levels. Like people just don't, like, even me as someone who like likes to read, goes out of his way to be an absolute nerd face and like read stupid, you know, nonfiction crap. Like, I don't know about people reading. The data doesn't seem good in like the next 25 years, whether people are going to be able to read 1984 and understand the type of like warnings that these great minds gave us.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the big, I think, fight.
Yeah. I think if you talk to any teacher, that's, you know, part of that's the battle that they've been fighting for as long as even I can remember. You know, it's just the required reading. You know what I mean? Like,
so how do we like incentivize it? Can we create like a Bitcoin that kids get when they finish a book? They like mine a Bitcoin. Like that.
Like the way we used to win a pizza party.
The real solution to this is that you commodify and incentivize it. You say, okay, listen, children, you finish a 200-page novel and you've just mined a Bitcoin.
Yeah. But then we're opening it up to other channels of, okay, children, now get on this treadmill and the electricity that you produce from this is what powers your house. So now you're just a hamster in this cog. Time
out. We're well past that, Mike. I've lived most of my life as a hamster in a cog going down a certain path. Like, you go to college, you do like, we're very much hamster cogged already.
No, you're right. No, but I don't know. Like, you're right. That's a great question. How do you incentivize just wanting to be somewhat intelligent? Yeah.
Or how do you like, here's another one. Civil discourse is super important, and like people on both sides need to talk to each other, like truly talk to each other to have any type of hope of maybe not change their minds, but understand the other side a little better.
Sure. Absolutely.
That's, I think, the best we could hope for. How do we incentivize that? Can we mine Bitcoins through conversations?
I honestly don't know. I really don't. I mean, it's so hard.
A social cryptocurrency, Mike.
Well, isn't that, who has that? What country has that? Where it's like you get points with they like, what is it? They have like facial ID. Oh. And you get like social points.
China.
Is it China?
Like,
that's what I wanted to say, China, but I didn't want to seem racist for some reason. I was scared of saying China.
Well, I know during the COVID stuff, it was especially important in China because they were using it to, if you got out of the zone that you were supposed to stay within, they would tag you and then your social credit score would drop. You wouldn't be able to then get groceries.
But what is that? Like, what is it?
So think about like
how
this.
does that social currency work for you?
I have a good example for you. You're on the road.
Yeah.
You need to book a hotel.
Okay.
You've been a Hilton member for years, let's just say.
Yeah.
And Hilton's become so concentrated that they own all the hotels in this small town that you're in.
Okay.
Okay. But now you've just been blacklisted from Hilton. They've just decided that, we don't want to do work with Mike Stanley. He made a joke about Hilton that we really don't like.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now you can't stay at Hilton. So now you don't have a place to stay.
Okay.
That's kind of an example of like how we're already slipping into like a social, like Tim Dillon getting banned from Airbnb for jokes about the people that own the place he stayed at.
Okay, I gotcha.
If he didn't cause unreasonable damage, if it was just about his words, that's social credit score enforcement in a way.
It's like a Yelp review against or for you, just at all times. So you're constantly just like monitoring how you're behaving.
Better be a good boy.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, man.
We kind of already have accidentally done this to ourselves, I think, in this country, where we there's some good amount of social crediting. Like, we should police each other for saying slurs. Like, if you see someone like being openly racist, like, great for you to step in and check that person's social credit score. We
used to. I mean, I don't necessarily see that happening now, depending on what's backing you.
That's fair.
If you've got the proper backing, you can pretty much get away with anything, and that's what we're seeing right now. So it's, it's crazy. I mean, one would think that, yes, we would police each other in terms of like, hey, don't say this slur to this particular person in public. Like, we police that. We say, hey, that's wrong of you. Don't do that. But now we're looking at people on the world stage doing this, and these are our supposed leaders. You know what I mean? So there's no real teeth to the idea that me stopping someone is going to
check their social credit score.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I see
but that's not to say I won't check that person.
I see your point. That makes sense.
100% will if I see you saying something shitty to someone. You know?
That totally makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That we've lost the plot because our leaders are not representing that same type of checking each other.
Right. Absolutely. So it's kind of, we're just in this like free for all where it's like, well, where's the moral compass here? Like,
okay. So we need a moral compass.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We need a moral compass without it being backed with religious connotations, I think.
We need a secular currency.
Yeah.
Secular social currency.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That you can mine through good social interaction.
Yes.
Yeah. You have a conversation with someone that thinks different from you. You get some deposited into your social account. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You exchange in an open dialogue that doesn't turn to violence or, or calling someone a slur.
You put that coexist sticker on the bumper, you get some points in your account. No, this is a very Boulder. You can tell a guy that grew up in Boulder, Colorado just came up with this. Yeah, for sure. That's rough.
Yeah, just a bumper sticker that says like, I was always afraid of Mexicans, but I spoke to one today and it was lovely.
Pablo's great.
Yeah.
He's gonna come for dinner soon. Oh, have you been seeing are you a sports fan at all?
I'm not a sports fan.
You like stories though, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is kind of in line of your thick skin storytelling.
Okay.
So have you seen Pablo Torres reporting about what's going on with the Clippers organization and how they so I kind of wish Sam was here for this. I should have waited, but the Clippers organization got Kawhi Leonard from the Toronto Raptors.
Okay.
And part of this was signing a max deal. Now, they could only give him up to this level. There was a $49 million level above that Toronto, in theory, could have paid him because he was already on Toronto's team.
Okay.
What LA does is they have a nonprofit pay Kawhi Leonard for a no-show association with like a tree company that's planting trees, like a treeing nonprofit.
Okay.
So 49, but Pablo Torre, this like ex-ESPN reporter, has uncovered this entire scheme of like money being funneled on like the last day before money was owed to Kawhi into this nonprofit and immediately out.
Okay.
Like nefarious
it's
collusion.
Like Citizens United for athletes.
But it's huge because what if I'm an owner of another NBA team? Now I want to sue him and the league for not getting into this.
Right.
So now there's like incentives among billionaires and like it'd be a great TV show.
Yeah,
really.
That's wild, man. Yeah, I don't know much about sports, but I mean, I'm a big documentary guy, so I will watch documentaries about sports and just like even I don't know if did you watch that one Johnny Football? What was his name? Johnny Football.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, is that his name? Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Like I watched that one and I was just like, what is fucking happening? Like people with money will just fucking you think you just do anything.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
Well, what the craziest thing from me seeing the landscape now is like, okay, sports makes sense, movies and music, like these people, that makes sense to me growing up in the world I did. But like this new thing where like someone's a streamer and they make $300 million a year.
Yeah.
Like a couple of them.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, just early 20s. Like sometimes you're like teens that just like do that. Like how much money does Mr. Beast have? Like
Mr. Beast is the devil. And
that's wild.
Use every opportunity I have to point this out to people. Have you looked at pictures of him or like videos? His eyes, he's not a human.
He's got dead eyes and he's always got that smile, that like cheesy smile where it's like forced. And I'm like, you're hiding something. Your eyes are dead and you're forcing a smile. Like something's going on there, right?
Totally. It's him. Sam Altman's the same way. Like he gets directly or Peter Thiel gets directly asked about being the Antichrist. And he's like,
Yeah. They're like, at least people are talking about me. You know what I mean?
What are we? And then I think it's a symptom of what you said in the beginning of like, yeah, we just forget about stuff because it moves too quick now.
Yeah. And I mean, we're getting information at lightning speed and it's like nobody can keep up with anything. Like we created a 24-hour news cycle and we just feed that nonstop, you know, and they just get, you know, money from advertisers and it just keeps rolling and they're just steamrolling America, you know.
So what, you'd have to take money? You can't let pharmaceutical companies advertise. You got to take away the ability for private equity firms to own single family homes. There's a lot of shit you got to legislate and a lot of money behind those opposite side of those bills.
Right.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Not looking good.
It's daunting, man. And I'm an older man now. I'm middle-aged. I'm 47 and I'm like, I probably only have like 30 years left on this planet.
Stop it.
Like how...
Modern medicine, you got 50.
How much?
You're in good shape.
I'm in decent shape for my age. Like I take care of myself, but realistically, let's say 40 years I have left in me. And it's like, how much of the rest of my life am I going to dedicate to policing everything that's going on around me? Because I feel like over the past 20 years, honestly, I feel like since 9/11, that's just been my life. Like trying to keep up with what's going on with politicians, who's voting and how they're voting and who are the people representing us and how are they taking care of us and what are they working towards and what's the end game for all these billionaires? Because the thing is like it's very clear that they're willing to destroy the country. They don't give a fuck. And the bottom line is they don't have to stay here when it's all reduced to rubble.
Where will they go?
Anywhere they want. They have enough money to do whatever the fuck they want.
Buy Libya.
Yeah.
And make it nice.
Yeah. I mean, look at Gaza right now. Nice. I mean, they've leveled the place. Who's to stop them from going in? And I mean, that's what all the chirping is. They're just like, we're going to level this place. We're going to get this specific group of people out of here. We're going to create this genocide. We're going to level this beachfront property.
And then we're going to build hotels.
And then we're going to build hotels. And we're going to have, 15 Mar-a-Lagos on the fucking, on the beachfront property that we've created for ourselves. And it's like, they don't have to stay in America.
Don't they already have that in Monaco and stuff too? Like, I don't understand the need for this.
1,000% they do.
Like the south of France?
It's just like that old saying. I don't know if you've ever heard this saying. This is going to be showing that I'm a little bit long in the tooth. Like, whoever dies with the most toys wins. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying.
It's an old Western saying.
Yeah, it's like, well, how much shit do you need to be happy? You know what I mean? Now you're just playing God. Like, you're playing God. And it's like, how much fucking money does Jeff Bezos need? How much fucking money does Peter Thiel need? How much fucking money does Elon Musk or Donald Trump need to feel fucking satisfied? It's insatiable. They're just like vampires. And now it's a fun game for them to compete with each other, I feel like. And that's been the whole thing. Like, who's got the biggest dick in the country club,
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, at the end of the day, they can reduce this entire fucking place to rubble and then just be like, deuces, I'm out. I'm going to fucking,
Switzerland.
I'm gonna build my own fucking island. Like, I have enough money to build my own island in the middle of the ocean. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck are we even doing? Like, who are we looking out for anymore?
Not the people that went to the island.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
Yeah, it's
you have to see any of that shit.
Fucking crazy. It's disheartening to try to talk to my mother about this stuff because she's...
How old is she?
She is 70... God, I'm gonna fuck this up. And if she sees it, she's gonna be so mad. 76, I think. 76. Still with it. Still pretty sharp.
What does she think about all this?
Has never been into politics.
Okay.
I have a great grandmother that helped raise me straight from Germany. And then I have who came over during World War II. And my grandparents that's my dad's side. My mother's side, straight out of Italy. So my mom really didn't start to really keep her eye on what was going on with politics until about 10 years ago. And now she's like, and I'm like, you got to turn it off. Like, you got to turn it off. You can't keep watching everything. Like, you got to live your life.
Yeah.
But she's like, you know, in this killed me the other day. She asked me, she goes, how long until we have to have a fucking picture of this guy in our house?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, are we getting to that? Like, I wasn't even like thinking about that, but it's like, oh, no. Yeah, we're on our way there. Like, that's the next generation. You know what I mean?
Golly.
It's just fucking crazy.
Think about all that printer ink too.
Yeah.
It's going to cost a lot.
Yeah.
Tag. Who's paying for this?
Mm-hmm.
My God. Thank God the camera's still going. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's step away from all this bad stuff in the world and let's eat some nice chicken wings.
Let's fucking do that, dude.
Okay, that's going to be much better. If you want to join us, you can over at patreon.com/intolerable and help us grow this small little community of ad-free, free speech, talk about actual things in the world and not having to, you know, we don't have an APAC representative here, is all I'm saying. So if you want to give us $2 a month and be our APAC representative, we appreciate you. Kick us to break with our signature station identification. You're listening to 91.1. Oh shit, was that another plane? We'll be right back. We're back. We're live. It's the After Hours show, and our bellies are full of chicken. It's time for a wing review, Mike. What do you give those wings?
I give those a 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie. I've never had them out of a smoker. I've never had wings out of a smoker. I'm always just the Wingstop guy, the drench them in oil guy.
Well, I'm happy to change your world.
That was
approach to wings.
Mind-blowing, my friend. I loved every single one of those. It was great.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for feeding me.
My goodness.
I'm surprised you don't get more guests just out of comedians who are hungry. Everyone's so poor. They're just like, I want to do that podcast.
I better not dig too deeply into that theory. Maybe it turns out to be true. All right. I know this is going to be really the toughest question I've asked you tonight, but what's the top 5 concerts you've ever been to?
Top 5.
You've been going to concerts for what? 30 years?
A very long time.
What was your first concert? How about there? We'll start there.
I don't even remember, man.
Oh.
Wait, no, Alan Jackson was my first concert. I was a child.
How old?
13, 12?
Okay.
Maybe. And my sister... I don't know. My sister just like wanted to go to this concert and like she wanted to go so bad. And I was like, well, I want to go too. And then my parents I think my sister just got her license and she was like, I'm going to drive downtown and we're going to go see Alan Jackson. And my parents were like, absolutely not. So they rented us a limo, which is weird. It was like this really shitty limo. And then I got to bring what I considered my girlfriend in like junior high or something like that. And I think my sister brought a friend too. And they just sent us to like downtown Detroit in a random limo that my dad probably booked through the Yellow Pages. Yeah, it was like,
and what's the year?
I don't even know what year that was. God, it was probably 91.
Yeah, that's safe.
No. Earlier. It's earlier than that because I was in junior high, so it was probably like, I graduated in 96, so. God, I don't even want to think about this. I was a fucking child.
Late 80s, early 90s. Okay.
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s. It was just wild.
Yeah, you just send your kids in limos to downtown Detroit back then.
Top 5 concerts, though. That's tough. I can tell you my top 2 right off the rip are Tool and Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, who I've seen twice.
Where'd you see them?
In Detroit. That was an incredible show. I was lucky enough to see them twice play together. I remember that was a big deal because Zeppelin hadn't played in so long, and Zeppelin has always been my favorite band. And just being, stoner kids who were skateboarders and spray painters and musicians as well. We all played guitar and stuff. That's just what we did. Do kids do that really anymore? Like
only
sit
the cool
around?
kids like Sam.
You play guitar, right? All right.
That is still a thing that
but
cool
I mean,
kids do.
there would be like 5 of us just sitting around playing guitar like all the time. Like people would just bring their guitars everywhere. We would just do that. Remember that? Like,
no, even growing up in Boulder, Colorado, I think that did kind of fall off. Like we didn't even in high school, people didn't really do that.
I feel like that would be one of the last bastions of people like carrying around an acoustic, like in Boulder. They're just like, it's just like
yeah. Maybe we were too suburban, being just outside, but yeah.
So when Page and Plant announced that tour, we all got in our cars, and you used to have to buy, like tangible paper tickets back then, and there was this party store called Showerman's that's where everybody got their tickets. So there was like probably
from a party store.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of how Elitch's sells tickets or whatever. Like
is that the amusement park?
Yeah.
Is that where you get them? You get them at like a party store?
You can buy those at like Safeway or something.
Okay. Yeah, very much like that.
Okay. Wow.
So it was like a liquor store, and we're all underage, but we could drive. I think we were all like 16, 17. But there was like 40 of us that went the night before because we knew it was going to sell out. So we literally, and it was snowing. It was like fucking freezing. We all took acid. So it was just like 40 kids in 10 different cars in this parking lot of this party store, waiting for it to open at whatever time the liquor store opened. I would imagine like 10 a.m. And we're all just on acid in this parking lot.
Oh my goodness.
Like sleeping in cars waiting for this party store to open.
Epic.
The next day. And we all got tickets and we went, and it was fucking incredible. Just to see them. Jimmy Page is my favorite guitar player in the world. So it was like elated to be able to see him.
Was that at a big venue?
Oh yeah. It was like the equivalent of like Ball Arena, So it was fucking massive, and it was incredible. And I was lucky enough to see them twice because I had a friend's dad who just an old classic rock dude was like, hey, I'm going to take my son and he can bring somebody. And my buddy, who was also like the guitar player in my band in high school, he was like, my dad's got tickets, let's fucking go. And I got to see him twice, and I was like,
so
this
sick.
rules.
Recently, Sam got to kind of do something similar.
Yeah.
Not to bring you into this, but he went to 2 of the 3 Oasis shows in the United States, and he would have gone to all 3, but he had to come to my wedding.
I thought you were about to make fun of him for playing a gig by himself, and you were going to be like, Sam just did something similar to playing Ball Arena, where he played a coffee shop opening for his friends.
He's getting there. He's getting to Ball Arena.
But that was very sweet. You like had an actual story there. I thought you were going to make fun of your friend for a minute.
His brother. It was a family affair seeing Oasis.
Yeah, how was that? Where'd you see him? Where were they?
Soldier Field in Chicago.
Okay, tight.
Wall in Pasadena.
Nice, man. And that had to be incredible. Yeah.
Still coming down.
Yeah.
So
I kept
cool.
seeing footage of comedians going, and I was like, God, I wish I could have gone to that. I should have gone to that. Yeah, so those guys getting back together, I think, is great. I mean, I think everyone's waiting for the other shoe to drop where they fist fight each other on stage. But, other than that, great songwriters, great music. I would have loved to have seen them. And I probably did at some point, because there are those hazy years, your teen years where you're just going to everything, like literally every show. And I have this story, I have a really funny story that I don't know if you've seen Corey David's show Interrogation.
Yeah.
Where you tell true crime stories.
Oh, I love this story. Will you please tell it?
Do you know this story?
Yeah, please, but tell it in complete full. This is great. This is one of my favorite stories you tell.
So when I was like 16, I want to say, I got a job at this record store. I was playing in a band. My band broke up, and I knew that every good musician from our Detroit scene lived in this area that was a little bit more affluent than where I was from. So all these bands that I loved in the Michigan hardcore emo scene, they all lived on this other side of town where I didn't grow up. And I was like, well, I know that area. I know that record store. A lot of those guys, excuse me, a lot of those guys hang out And like they sell their records there. Like it was an independent shop. It wasn't like Harmony House or anything like that. It's like this independent record store. And I kind of worked out that way before that at a car dealership. So I would like hit the record store, buy vinyl singles of like those guys in the scene and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to quit this job. I want to get a job at that record store. I want to meet some like, you know, musicians that are playing along the lines of the stuff that I want to be playing. And these are the type of dudes I want to be playing with, or girls, whatever. So I get a job at this record store, and my boss is just this fucking awful alcoholic. He hires me first off as the manager, like right out of the gate.
Mike, it's a record store.
Yeah. I don't know what I was expecting. A certain level of, the type of professionalism that you would get at Sam Goody. You weren't getting at Repeat the Beat, you know.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's totally fine. So I get this job. He hires me as manager, like right out of the jump, which should have been a red flag for a 16-year-old who has no idea how to even like count change.
Yeah, do some inventory, kid.
Yeah. And he's asking me to like balance the books and like do this shit. And I'm like, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing, dude. I'm just like a stoner. Like I was working as a porter in a car lot for Chevy, just like driving around and like cleaning cars and shit before this. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. So anyway, he's awful. He's like missing shifts. I'm the only one there. I'm working doubles. He's like not paying me what he promised he was going to pay me. All these things are kind of piling up. And I'm just like, all right, this sucks. I'm not meeting anybody. I'm not making any money. I'm going broke working here. This fucking blows. But part of my job was to load the tickets into the Ticketmaster machine. So we would get these blank pallets of tickets, and you would load it like into the printer. And then people would come in, buy a ticket. You'd type it up on a, old school computer. You'd let them pick their seats, and then you print out the ticket, and then the money exchanges hands, and then they go to the concert. So
physical money for physical ticket, folks.
Yeah. Again, I'm very long in the tooth here. So I knew I was going to quit this job, and I'm like, I got to get something out of this place before I go.
Great mindset.
So I steal a pallet of blank Ticketmaster tickets, right?
So cool.
And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but we can figure something out. Like, I'll bring these back to my friends. We'll figure out what we can do with these tickets, right? So we figured out that if all of us pitched in and bought one ticket to a show, and this goes back to before they used like a QR code or any sort of digital, like literally when you went to a concert, you handed them a paper ticket, they tore it in half, and you walked in, kept the stub. So I had all these blank tickets, and we realized that if we pooled our money together, and this is also when Ticketmaster like really started fucking everybody, because you used to be able to go see like Nirvana for like $30. Or like Pearl Jam for like, $30 or whatever. Like that was high end back then. To be like, oh, it's a $40 ticket. Then it skyrocketed to like, okay, now tickets are $150. And when you're a 16-year-old kid making minimum wage at $4.25, there's no fucking way, right?
Work for 2 months for this ticket?
Yeah, it's like you would have to work for fucking ever just to like go to one show. And it was like, and we were junkies for music. I mean, as most kids, in their adolescence are. So I was like, all right, we can pool all our money together. We'll buy one ticket. And then what we did was we took that ticket, we brought it back, and only one of our friends had a printer and like a scanner, because I think their dad did like some old school graphic design work. And we realized we could scan that ticket, pull all the color out of it so that it was just the print. And then we printed it off on a piece of paper, and we looked at it. Okay, like, all right, here it is. Cobo Arena, Beastie Boys on this date. That was the ticket that we bought. We took all the color out of it. All the text was there. Then we would take the blank ticket, tape it to the piece of paper, and run it through the printer again. So it would just print right onto the ticket onto the blank ticket that we, and I had a fucking pallet of these fucking blank tickets.
So sick.
So for that entire summer, we went to every fucking show. We went to everything. We did this so many times. And I think I did the math when I did interrogation, and I was like trying to compute like how much money like we actually like fucked out of Ticketmaster. And like I equated it to like today's, like the value of like what it would be today, and it was like fucking astronomical. I think it was like $300,000 or something just so fucking absurd. Because every single one of those tickets, if you looked at them at $150 face value, and it wasn't just me going, there was like 15 of us going to everything.
Yeah.
So it's like 15 tickets at $150 as a piece. We're doing that like twice a weekend. We're going to shows. Like that's all we did.
So sick.
And we saw everybody. Like we literally saw fucking everybody. But the thing was, and this was the caveat, was we knew that Ticketmaster was fucking the consumer and we loved the band. So you had to buy merch from the band because we knew that money went to the band. So it's like, look, I love the Beastie Boys. I don't want to fuck the Beastie Boys out of making money. I'm going to buy a Beastie Boys shirt when I go to the show just to support the Beastie Boys. So that was the one thing. And the shirts were like $15-$20. So it's like, okay.
You know what they should have? You know how they make them display calorie counts now on food menus, like in public in some states?
Yeah.
They should do splits. So like on a $40 concert t-shirt, I should be able to see that like $30 is going to the performer, $10 is going to this evil guy that's been managing him in the background.
Right. Yeah. There's just a picture of him.
God. No, I want transparency.
Yeah. So I may have seen Oasis somewhere in there, and I'm assuming that I did because that's around when they were like fucking hot. And we went to like every festival as well. Like Lollapalooza was big back then. I mean,
so you literally went to so many shows you don't remember.
Yeah, I literally don't remember. When I was writing that story for Interrogation, I had to look up who was touring during that summer because I think it was like 95, summer of 95. And I was like, all right, who was touring, who was hot, who was on like the Billboard, chart top, 100 artists of that year. And I was just like, yep. And I was like, I mean, there were bands that I completely fucking forgot about too. Like Joan Osborne. I think I went to a Joan Osborne concert. Like there was just like Tori Amos, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Who's amazing, by the way, but like I completely forgot that I saw Tori Amos as a result of like, this ticketing fucking scam that I pulled.
So sick.
So yeah, I saw everybody, but Tool is definitely at any moment if you're like Tool's playing, I'm like, I want to go. You know what I mean? I saw him twice last year, which was fucking phenomenal. I saw him in Utah, and then I saw him here at Ball Arena. And I mean, that's a band I listen to every day. So I would say Rancid is another one. Every Rancid show I've ever been to has just been the best fucking vibes. Recently saw Refuse and Quicksand. I don't know if you're familiar with Refuse, just like a hardcore band out of Sweden.
Oh, nice.
I hope I'm not getting that wrong. Sweden or Switzerland? Fuck.
Refused.
I think it's Sweden. They're Swedes. But they had only played one show in America, and then the band quit. So it was like,
what?
I loved this band, and Kobos had an extra ticket, and he was like, they're playing their farewell tour because they never got to play the States.
Wow.
So I was like, I fucking love them. He's like, I got you. It's like, we're going. And I was in Quicksand was opening, who's my favorite band from like the fucking 90s, just this like post-hardcore 90s band out of New York City, who I still fucking love. They were opening, and I was like, this is like one of the greatest concerts.
Where was that show?
That was at the Ogden.
Oh, great venue.
Yeah.
I love the Ogden.
I loved it, man.
The Ogden's awesome.
I'd never been, and it was so fucking cool.
I saw the Script there in high school. And
Okay.
in the front of the balcony. It was a great show. I've seen, gosh, who else? What, Hippie Sabotage there?
Okay.
They were good.
Yeah, that venue was sweet. And shout out to Cleaner, the local band here in Colorado, opened for both those guys, and they were fucking great too. So that whole ticket was just like kick ass. Yeah,
that's phenomenal.
Super fun. So let's see, that's 4. God, again, let me think. I've seen so many fucking bands.
Yeah, that's why I posed it as an impossible question.
I mean, Primus is fucking amazing. If you've ever seen Primus live, they're fucking incredible. Soundgarden's fucking incredible live. They, I got to see them.
Have you been to a show at the Sphere yet?
I haven't been to a show. I've been to the Sphere twice, and I watched Darren Aronofsky's movie.
Oh, what?
That he played. Yeah, it's like a I don't even know what you'd call it. It's like one of those movies where it just shows you beautiful things and people around the world. You know what I mean? So it'll be like a wedding in India, and it's like, there's all these like rose petals and shit falling, and then like here's the deepest part of the ocean, and it's all these fish and giraffes, and then it's like
Man, this guy's got to be worried about AI taking his job.
For sure. I mean, it has a running theme where it's like, hey, let's save the planet kind of thing. Not kind of, exactly like that.
Yeah.
It's let's start looking out for, Mother Earth.
Look at this cool stuff we're going to lose if we don't start paying attention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like a beautiful film, and it's just like fucking incredible. I saw that, and then I went back to Vegas to do shows, and I took my mom the first time. And she's all fucking woozy, you know what I mean? Because you're going down the fucking Grand Canyon and she's fucking and wind's blowing at you and shit. So you're just like, what the fuck? You're just on sensory overload. And I read about it before I went, and I was reading this thing about how much money they spent building that. And they said that at any given seat in the sphere, there's no less than 9 speakers pointed directly at you. Specifically in every seat. So that's just the amount of technology and sound that they've like poured into that place. But
it's crazy.
Fuck, man, if I could see Tool there, I would be
that'd be so cool,
so fucking happy, because they're a very visual band. I don't know if you've ever like seen videos of them playing live. I mean, they put a lot of emphasis on the visual aspect of their shows, so you're kind of like enveloped into that murky, mystical world that they create. So I just fucking love it. So
they should do. I mean, who knows? Then maybe they will.
Yeah,
I feel like they're big enough to do a weekend at the Sphere.
They totally are. I mean, they sold out Ball Arena when I was here. They sold out the Utah show. I mean, they're playing fucking huge arenas. They could definitely fill the Sphere for sure.
I think the thing with the Sphere now is what they have to. There's so much like cost to like design a show for there that they have to have a certain amount of a runtime to like kind of make it worthwhile.
Yeah. It's like, that's why I think everybody that you see there has some sort of like residency for a while, because it's like, we're not going to spend all this money on the visual aspect of this and then just be like, all right, fuck off, see you later.
One night only. Yeah. You'll never see it again, I promise.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those venues where you would literally just go see anybody who, if you got a free ticket, you're like, oh, I'll see fucking Kenny Chesney there, I guess. Like, I don't get it. It's just cool.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon. Darius Rucker at the Sphere.
Yeah, I mean, you'd go. You'd still fucking go. You're like, all right, what is it, the Wiggles? Let's fucking do this. I'll go to that.
I saw Darius Rucker at Red Rocks. I'll see him at the Sphere, damn it.
Yeah, and on that same trip where I, went and saw the Aronofsky film again, I was flying out and I was in the airport, and Zach Moss texted me. Zach Moss, who's a very funny Denver comic.
His album Punching Jesus is right over there. Go listen to it.
Yeah, folks. Super funny dude. Great dude. He texted me as I was in the airport. He's like, hey, are you still in Vegas? And I was like, I'm not. He's like, oh, I have like an extra ticket to Dead and Company tonight. Which that would have been super fun. Like, I'm not the biggest like Dead guy, but that would have been fucking incredible. I would have watched that. Definitely. And probably had a blast. So I haven't seen anybody play there. I was like skeptical about that, honestly, because when I went and just saw that film, just even being in the building, because the seating for the film is all balcony. There's no like floor, because there's no reason for anybody to be on the floor for a movie, So I'm in the balcony, and I had like front row balcony, and even just standing up in that place, it feels like you're going to fall over. And this was before they started doing concerts there.
Oof.
So I was like, I think U2 opened it, maybe.
Right.
Which that makes sense, because it's like, okay, this is a sit down band. Like, you could sit down and watch U2, and everyone who's probably, a diehard U2 fan who's going to pay that amount of money is probably my age or older. So they're just like, yeah, this is fine. We can sit down. But then when they're like, Dead and Company's coming, I'm like, dude, people are going to be on fucking acid falling over this rail. So they have to have some sort of like liability. That has to be like a dark cloud over them. Like, hey, some of these shows, these people are going to be fucking whacked out on drugs. And just like, what's the death toll going to be at the end of this, at this, Dead show? Like, it's literally a Dead show. Like,
no, that's a great point. No, they got to have like extra waivers or extra indemnities of some kind.
Something. Yeah. Because you could see how that could turn nasty real quick in that place. Like, just the way it's set up.
Wow, that's an epic. That is one of the rare recent epic marvels of capitalism, is the Sphere. That's one of the few things I can point to be like, good thing that capitalism did. Is
Yeah.
desire for greed. We get this cool place to see awesome art.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we were just having that conversation how nobody's like creating cool art anymore. And it's like, okay, well, here's one example.
Okay.
That's we have that.
Yeah,
at
totally.
least.
Yeah. Yeah. I miss the like day and age where rich people would just like pour their money into like building awesome, like huge, churches or, educational centers or whatever.
Just crazy shit.
Now
like,
we're building
crazy.
fucking a data center in Tennessee as big as Manhattan.
Dude,
like,
Michael Jackson built a fucking carnival on his front lawn.
Thank you.
Like, have some fun with your fucking money. Like,
thank you.
The heir to the Remington estate. Do you know this story?
Oh no.
Okay, so you know the gun, the Remington.
The one that goes.
Yeah, the fucking Remington. So the dude that invented the Remington was like incredibly rich, like obviously because at the time no one made that kind of clack action, rifle. So these things sold like fucking hotcakes, and he was a fucking billionaire.
And they wanted him in the movies.
Yeah, and they wanted him in the movies, and everybody, So
you got the residual checks off the movies.
Exactly. Yeah. So he dies, and his wife, who's the heiress, to his estate, just like loses her fucking mind, and she thinks, and she's got all this money, she doesn't, she's in this fucking mansion. She thinks that I want to say that the ghosts of, and I might be getting this wrong, but I won't be wrong about this part. She, I think, had this thing where she thought that because he created this weapon that took so many lives. So she's going cuckoo. She loses her marbles. She thinks that because he created this weapon that had taken so many lives, that all these ghosts are now chasing her in this mansion. So she spends all of her money taking that mansion and like building staircases that don't go anywhere, having doors put in that just literally lead to a 50-foot drop. Like, she created this maze around herself because she was terrified that these souls were coming to haunt her.
Wow.
And it's like, I believe they made a movie about it as well, a while back. And I know I saw it, but I don't remember it being incredible, remarkable by any standard. I just thought it was interesting, but yeah, I want to say that's why she was doing it, because she thought like these like entities were following her and chasing her through the mansion.
Interesting. Sam, is that what you're finding? They're just not finding. Yeah, no, ChatGPT sucks, dude. I prefer human stories.
Yeah.
It's not telling me shit.
Remington heiress. You might have to look that up or something. I don't know. They did make a movie about it, though. They made a movie about it about 10 years ago.
I like Stairs to Know. I like investing large sums of money to Stairs to Nowhere and Doors to Nowhere.
Yeah, just went wild. I mean, it looked like an MC Escher, drawing. It was like she just built. It was fucking insane in there, and it was like, yeah, that's somebody doing something cool with their money. I mean, yeah, she's clearly, out of her fucking tree, but at least,
Man.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, good to have that much money, I guess. Good problem to have.
Yeah. Imagine having that much money just to solve a problem like that, though. You're just like, I'm being chased by ghosts. I'm glad I have $1 billion to like throw the scent off the trail,
Yeah. What do the poor people being chased by ghosts do?
Well, they're homeless.
Yeah.
They fucking lose their mind, and then they're out in the streets because we don't have any mental health anyone looking out for people with mental health issues anymore.
Hey,
so.
We get this. Sam, you missed this earlier. We discovered that the best way to fix reading levels and lack of civil discourse in this country is we need a commodity to incentivize. So we need like a social currency coin. So like if I read a book that's 200 pages, now I get a Bitcoin. I got mine a Bitcoin as a kid, Yeah. It's the only way to fix the educational problem in this country. And we could help the homeless problem too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let those people mine for the currency thing too. I mean, when the currency we're all using is already fake, like to the degree it is now, where we're just doing the type of quantitative easing that we do at a Federal Reserve level. Like, yeah, let's come up with another coin for people to read and be better people. We could figure that out. Damn it, we could figure that out. We made guns and all the other rest of it, so let's figure this out now.
Yeah.
God, Jesus.
I have yet to see a concert at Red Rocks, though.
Really?
I've yet to see.
Are you holding out?
I've performed at Red Rocks.
What? So now you're just trying to be cool about it.
No. Well, I will tell you one very cool thing. I will use this as a brag. One, first off, it wasn't like my show at Red Rocks. It was through Comedy Works, where, you know, they contacted Comedy Works and were like, we want comedians to open for movies on the Rocks. So I got to do that, I think, 3 or 4 times. I got to play Red Rocks, which is incredible every time you do it. But the very cool thing about it is after your set, the first time you do it, they walk you down underneath the actual venue, and they have you sign the wall. And,
so sick.
And it's so fucking cool down there, because you're just like, oh my God, you know, Jimmy Page, oh my God, fucking U2, Bono, you know, everyone's names are there. Everyone that's ever played there,
So sick.
their names are just fucking everywhere. And you're like, dude, this is like one of the fucking coolest experiences I've ever had in my life. It was so fucking dope.
Damn, that's so epic.
So my name's on that wall down there. I couldn't tell you where it is. I don't remember where I signed, but it's on the wall down there.
Well, someday you're going to have to play it again or go to a show backstage with a band that you like that's playing there.
Yeah. I mean, I would love
Go
to.
searching.
Have you seen a lot of shows there?
I've seen the best concert I ever saw was there with my mom. We saw Mumford & Sons on there, like the one they made a movie about, that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking epic.
I bet, dude.
Unreal.
Yeah. It's such a
Muse
cool
at Tall Arena was sick too. That's probably got to be my top 5. They had a really cool visual element where they were on these like 3 tri-towers, let's call them, of like LEDs, and they could like move between where the band was in these towers, and the towers would like have really cool visuals on them the whole time. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, they're a cool band. They're always like talking about aliens and shit. I dig that.
I haven't heard
They're
them
fun.
talk. That's cool. I need to go look at some music.
Well, they sing about aliens and stuff, right?
I was too young to listen to the words, man.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
I was in high school, man. It was off the vibes. No, I'm sure they probably do. I need to revisit some of their lyrics.
Actually, now that we're talking about it, I got invited to a show tonight by this band, not by the band, by a friend of mine who works at Ratio, is one of the bartenders. This band High Vis. Are you familiar with High Vis? They're out of England. They're fucking super rad, and I didn't know they were here. And somebody was talking about them, and they were like, I was like, I love that band. They were like, oh, we can get you a ticket. So I think I might be going to that tonight. I don't know where it is. It might be the Ogden. I'm not quite sure.
Get you out of here, then. Damn it.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right. Shoot. Can I have my device from you, good sir? It's too far, and I haven't learned the Force yet. Thank you.
Your cane?
Oh. This is my grandfather's cane.
Okay.
But what's more important is, have you heard of this country called England? They do this silly little thing over there called knighting. You might have heard of it.
Yeah, I have heard of it. I've been, actually. I haven't been knighted, but I have been to England.
Something to add to the list of bucket list. Get knighted.
I saw Green Day and Weezer, A Mill and the Sniffers, and Fall Out Boy in England.
Whoa!
Like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago.
That's Green Day was my first concert ever.
Oh,
with my Uncle Bill. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved Green Day.
So sick. I heard more F words that night from Billy than I'd ever heard in my life to that point.
That sounds about right.
It was epic.
Yeah.
Anyway, England,
they're great live, man. They still sound great.
Is he knighted? Is Billy Joe Armstrong knighted?
I don't believe so.
That'd be funny.
Sir Billy.
You know, he everybody I think people think that he's English, right? He's from California, right?
Yeah.
Why does he sing like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that just like a thing where like English people sing like American and we sing English?
Yeah.
Like per capita, that has to happen at a rate that's like statistically significant. Somebody look into this. I'm getting beside myself. England, they do this silly little thing over there called knighting.
Yeah.
Here at Top Shelf Studios, after a long form conversation, I am doing the hiding.
Okay.
Because all my life,
tall.
People have been like, hey, how's the weather up there?
Yeah.
Can I get a couple inches? Things like this. Now, I've got this prefrontal lobe, and I realize I'm waking up in a meat suit every day.
Sure.
I'm like, fuck, I'm driving a vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm looking out in this world, I'm like, wow, we're all at each other's throats, judging each other on the size, shape of our vehicles more than anything else. And it's just so silly to me. So after a long form conversation, I am pleased to give you a heart height. How tall do you stand physically, Mike?
I am 5'9".
Mike Stanley, I heart height thee. 7'4". foot. You're going to require a procedure later in life for that heart of yours.
That's great. Yeah, let's fucking brace up my legs, I guess.
Keep head banging until the wheels fall off, my friend.
Yeah.
I am really, truly, for a heartfelt moment here, I just am grateful to have you to look up to in the scene. And to work around you so much, and to be a lowly door guy around you. You've always been just really kind to me and everyone else that I work with, so I'm thankful to have you and come on my silly little show. So,
dude, it's my pleasure, honestly, and thank you for everything you do at the club and just making everybody feel comfortable. And it's so fun that you come into the green room and you have your book and you have us sign it, which I would love to look at that book in 10 years. You know what I mean? And just flip through it, because you have everybody in there, which is such a fucking cool thing. And a lot of people work comedy clubs and they just kind of go through the day to day, but I think having something tangible like that's like, this is a chunk of history in a very weird time in stand-up too. So it's like you have this that thing's going to be a fucking relic, which is really cool. So
it's also like the only way I can build a resume. Like, oh, what have I done?
Forging all of our signatures. Forging all of our signatures on bunk checks.
Yeah. No. No, if I wanted to get it, if I say I have to move somewhere with my wife for her work or something, and I want to get a club job, I just walk in and say, all right, here's my experience.
Yeah, I love it.
So,
but yeah, thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it, and thank you for the wings. They were delicious.
Where can the people follow you? Thick Skins every month.
Thick Skin is every Monday downtown.
Every single Monday.
Every single Monday. We're back since I moved back 3 months ago. We are now back.
Get with the time, Sean. It's every Monday.
Every Monday, downtown Comedy Works. I have tour dates on MikeStanleyComedian.com. TikTok is speaking of being knighted, at Sir Mike Stanley.
Love it.
Which I just found out that, to be knighted, it's SER. So it'd be SER Mike Stanley, to be Sir Mike Stanley, like a knight. I wrote SIR, like Sir. You know what I mean? I didn't know that until 3 days ago.
Is that really true?
Yeah.
That's
because someone asked me.
So English.
I was talking to. I was doing a booking and they were like, "Oh, what's your handle?" And I was like, "Oh, on TikTok it's Sir Mike Stanley." They were like, "Is it SER, like you're knighted?" And I was like, "Is that a thing?" And then I looked it up. I'm like, "Oh, I wrote this out wrong. This isn't the." I wanted it to be like the knighted, like Sir Mike Stanley, but it's not.
I think you accidentally did the right thing, though, because when people search, they're going to search the Sir way.
Right. Before they would the SER.
Kind of like Intolerable. I thought no one knows how to spell Intolerable. Maybe they'll stumble on my show.
Yeah.
By accident.
Okay. I like that. Yeah.
Get the illiterate vote over here.
Mm-hmm.
Go follow him. Go see him do comedy. Go to Thick Skin. It's one of the best shows in all of Colorado. And I see a lot of shows in Colorado. Go to Thick Skin.
Thank you, bud.
And like and subscribe. Do all that housekeeping stuff. Bonus content on Patreon if you want to support us there. And as always, fuck off and be well.